Okay, today's lesson C, we're going to graph equations and inequalities and write equations of lines. A lot of stuff going on in this lesson. Okay, let's just get started with graphing. We always want to make sure that we have y equals mx plus b. If there is no y, we want to make sure that the x is all by itself. So let's get started. Number one, I see that I don't have a y, so I'm just going to get x by itself. When I do that, I divide both sides by 6, and I get x to equal -3. Now, this is something that you should memorize. If we have an x equals equation, it is a vertical line on that number. So I'm going to go on the x-axis, I'm going to mark -3, and then I'm going to draw a vertical line. My lines aren't going to be that straight. It's a little bit hard to do that on the video. If it were a y equals, let's just make a note off to the side. Let's say it were y equals 2. I'm going to find 2 on the y-axis, mark it, and draw a horizontal line. Okay, so x vertical lines, y horizontal line. Those are always special cases that we need to keep in mind. Okay, number 2, let's get y all by itself. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. When I do that, I get this. Then I'm going to divide every single term by 4. Okay, when I do that, I get y equals -3/4 x minus 1. This is your y-intercept. That's your b. So on the y-axis, I'm going to plot -1. From that point, I'm going to move my slope, rise over run. So the -3 is our rise. If it's negative, that means it's falling, so it's going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3. It's over +4, so I'm going to go right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd like you to have 3 or 4 points, so I can do that again. Down 3, 1, 2, 3, over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now sometimes you'll notice you're falling off the graph. So -3/4 is the same as 3 over -4. So it would be okay if from here I go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. See? Okay, then go ahead and connect it, and you're all set. All right, let's go ahead and try graphing inequalities. Now, graphing inequalities, we're going to do the exact same thing, except we have to do some dashed or solid lines and shading above or below the line. All right, here's practicing a y equals equation. There's no x, so on the y-axis, I'm going to put a mark at -3. I'm going to draw a horizontal line. Now, because it is just a greater than sign, not an equal to, I'm going to make sure that line is dashed. Okay? The next thing, when it's just horizontal or vertical, you can go ahead and just read it. You want to make sure the variable's on the left, so it says y is greater than 3. If it's greater than 3, is it going to be these points or these points? Hopefully you realize it's above. That is my solution to this graph. Okay, now this problem, go ahead and get the y by itself. So I get y is greater than or equal to -2/3 x plus 2. This is my b, so I'm going to start at +2. -2/3 means I'm going to go down 2 and right 3. 1, 2, 3. Down 2, 1, 2, right 3. 1, 2, 3. And if you want, you can go up and left. Okay, now it's going to be a solid line because it's an equal to. As long as this does not go through here, actually that doesn't matter. If the y is on the left and it's a greater than sign, we're going to shade above the line. So what would be above the line? Hopefully you see this. Okay, if it was a less than, oops, sorry, I don't know how that, what happened there. Okay, if it was a less than, you would shade below the line. All right, moving on to writing equations of lines. Now, when you write equations of lines, it's easiest to make sure you know all 3 of these formulas. Slope is subtract the y's over the x's. Order does matter. Be very consistent. Whatever point you start with for the y's, make sure you start with for the x. SlopeIntercept Form we will be using all the time. Y equals mx plus b. Pointslope Form you'll survive if you don't know, but it's easy when the last set of problems that we're going to do here. So we'll kind of talk about this as we do the examples. Okay, write the equation in SlopeIntercept Form. You're literally given the m and b. All I'm going to do is take my y equals mx plus b and plug in m and b. That's it. So this first one is going to be y equals 2/3 x minus 1. And it's okay if you write plus -1. This one is going to be y equals -3/5 x. We don't need to write plus 0. This one, it would be y equals 0x plus 3. Kind of silly to see an equation written like this, so I would like you to simplify it so it's just y equals 3. So this would be a horizontal line. Okay, moving on. If you were to do it from a graph, we want to make sure that we find the slope and y-intercept. So in this problem, number 1, my y-intercept is -1, and my slope is up 1 over 1. So my slope is 1 over 1, which is just 1. Plug it in. Y equals 1x minus 1. This problem, again, my y-intercept is -1. We'll find another point. It looks like this one's good. So my slope is going to be down 1, 2, 3. That's -3. And then right 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a +4. Plug these in. We get y equals -3/4 x minus 1. Pretty simple, right? Okay, the next set of problems says write an equation in slope-intercept form given the slope and point. Now, to write an equation of slope-intercept form, we need the m and the b. Hopefully you notice what's missing in these two problems, the b. So what we're going to do is we are going to find it. We have an x, we have a y, and we have an m. Plug these in and solve for b. So I get 1 equals -4 times -6 plus b. We get 1 equals 24 plus b. b is -23. Then I'm going to take my b, take my m, and plug it in again. So y equals -4x minus 23. Now, it's really good if you memorize the horizontal and vertical lines. If m is undefined, that means our slope is vertical. Okay? This is an undefined slope. If we have a horizontal slope line, the slope is 0. When I see it's undefined, I know it's going to be an x equals equation. What is your x at? -2. That's it. Okay? Last set of problems, we have to do the most work to it. Okay, all I have are 2 points. So I don't have m and I don't have b. So we need to do 2 things. We need to find m and find b. So I'm going to do my formula for slope. I'm going to subtract the y's. 4 minus 0. I always start with the second one. It doesn't matter though. You can do 0 minus 4. And then I'm going to do 4 minus -12. So I get 4 over 16, which is 1/4. Okay? Then I think it's easiest to use point-slope form. You don't have to. You can do what we did above. You can take a point, take a slope, plug it in, and solve for b. And it will work. Okay? But what I use instead is I use y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. I'll show you why. Watch how simple this is. You pick whichever point you like better. I'm just going to pick the -12. I get y minus 0 equals 1/4 times x minus -12 is plus 12. All you're going to do is distribute and move over the 0, except it's 0, so you don't have to move it over. So you get 1/4 x plus 3. That's it. Let's try another one. Slope first. So -5 minus 16 over 2 minus -1. I get -21 over 3 is -7. Then I'm going to do y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So I'm going to get y minus 16 equals -7 times x minus -1 is plus 1. So I get y minus 16 equals -7x minus 7. Add 16 to both sides, and you get y equals -7x plus 9. There we go. Questions, comments, or concerns, write it at the bottom of the video, and I will see you tomorrow in class.